Okay, so this is pretty hilarious. We have a story here about Cory Booker calling out Kyle Kalinske and trying to accuse him of sexism on Twitter, which was really hilarious. He said, so Kyle tweeted out this video of Elizabeth Warren dancing, saying, I know your terrible advisors told you to be more relatable and dance, but really the trick is to just be your authentic self. No more, no less, at E. Warren. Uh, totally correct, honestly, because you can tell Elizabeth Warren is getting super desperate, and this is the same thing that Beto O'Rourke did. He like rode it on a skateboard, and Amy Klobuchar was dancing. So like, when candidates start to get desperate and flail, they start to do shit like this and like try to be more relatable, and they always end up face planting, and it never really works. So this is a sign that it's coming near the end of Elizabeth Warren's campaign, or she's on her way out. And then so Kyle tweeted that out, and then Cory Booker retweeted it and said, raise your hand if you know why people are trolling Elizabeth's dance moves and not my dad jokes. So you can tell there that he's trying to basically say that Kyle's only calling Elizabeth Warren out for that because she's a woman, which is hilarious, honestly, because he's obviously just saying it because she's clearly flailing and getting desperate. And Kyle responded and said, here's me making fun of your dad jokes and Mayor Pete's dance, but congrats on your virtue signaling points. Totally true. And he tweeted out a bunch of examples of him trolling Cory Booker's dad jokes and Mayor Pete's dance moves. So it's just nonsense what Cory Booker said. And then David Dole, Rational National, also said, because Warren's a competitor in the race and you're not, which is also so true. Cory Booker's polling at like negative 12%, and nobody even knows who he is anymore or why he's running, or a lot of people don't even know he's running. See, this person here says, hashtag guess I'm with Biden now. Dang, I forgot he was still running. Now that you reminded me, your dad jokes suck. Yeah, super true. They are terrible and super insufferable. So yeah, Cory Booker is clearly here just trying to, oh my god, I hate it when they do this. It's when the corporate Democrats, they don't actually believe in anything, or they don't have any like policy, they don't have a response to people on the actual left who have actual left-wing policies that would help the working class. They resort to PC outrage and try to pretend like, I don't know, the Bernie bros, like people on the left are sexist. That's what the Hillary people did relentlessly in 2016. They were like, oh my god, like the Bernie bros, they're sexist. And that was one of the reasons why Hillary didn't do as well against Trump, is because the sexist Bernie bros wouldn't come out to vote for her, which is obviously hilarious. Just so hilarious, because Hillary was a completely corrupt corporate shill, and that's the reason why people on the left didn't want to vote for her. But when the corporate Democrats can't respond to actual policies and they're just corrupt, as the reason why they don't support the actual left-wing policies, the only thing they have is to do PC outrage and to just yell and scream and pretend like, oh my god, you're sexist, like, holy shit. And it's also hilarious in 2016 because, like, how is it sexist to support the farthest left senator in the country? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. But, so Cory Booker got absolutely dunked on by everybody here on Twitter. And, the Humanist Report also tweeted out, Senator, raise your hand if you know why Cory Booker voted against importing cheaper drugs from Canada, which is hilarious because Cory Booker is a complete big pharma shill. Like he's like notorious for taking money from big pharma, and then he votes against importing cheaper drugs from Canada. So he's complaining about about Kyle calling out Elizabeth Warren's dance moves and trying to accuse him of sexism, which is obviously hilarious and not even true. When he does that to distract people from him turning around and voting against getting them cheaper prescription drugs. So this is what classic corporate Democrat, classic centrists. Here's what they do: they distract with social issues so they can turn around and do tax cuts for the rich, deregulate Wall Street, screw people over, take away their health care, let for-profit private health insurance companies steal your money, let prescription drug companies just charge as much as they want, and then price fix, and then sell you any drugs they want for as expensive as they want, and the drugs they're selling you could be addictive or anything. So the corporate Democrats, this is a classic move that they use. So watch out for this move. It's the oldest trick in the book. They pretend like they're like holier than thou and like amazing, and so like he's virtue signaling is what he's doing here, as Kyle correctly states. But then it's really just an excuse for them to screw you over economically. So never fall for this. Cory Booker should be ashamed of himself. He should drop out immediately. Because honestly, nobody even knows he's running. Who supports Cory Booker? I mean, there was that one hilarious CNN segment where they like handpicked the focus group, and it was all Amy Klobuchar people and then like 2 Cory Booker people. These people don't exist. And if you can actually, like, if CNN does a segment, they're gonna just try to prop up these corporate Democrats and just like they probably search for like days on end trying to find the 2 Cory Booker supporters. So like nobody supports this guy. It's just ridiculous that he said this. It's so obvious. So don't support him. He should drop out immediately.